Has there ever been a time when a nation under attack was pressured to end a war that it did not start? This brings us to the heart of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, a saga that has been unfolding for decades, and one that has recently taken a sharp turn. In the early days of 2023, a wave of violence swept across the region. On January 29th, a Palestinian gunman shot and killed 7 people near a synagogue in Jerusalem. This event was a response to an Israeli raid in the West Bank city of Jenin, which resulted in the deaths of 10 people, including 7 gunmen. In the months that followed, confrontations escalated, leading to a tragic loss of lives on both sides. Then came a political shift. Right-wing politics began to dominate the Israeli landscape, fueling demands for uncompromising action against Palestinians. This shift further complicated an already delicate situation. Lone wolf attackers, radicalized by online incitement from groups like Hamas, added to the volatility. At the same time, tensions were mounting with Israel's neighbors. Jordan's King Abdullah II expressed concern about potential changes to the status of Jerusalem's holy sites. He warned that Jordan had red lines and was prepared for conflict if those lines were crossed. Amidst all this, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu made a statement that resonated around the globe. "No one can pressure us to end war." This statement, made in the context of escalating violence and political turmoil, underscored the complexity of the situation. Netanyahu's words came at a time when US Secretary of State Antony Blinken was visiting the region. Blinken's priority was to restore security coordination between Israel and the Palestinian Authority, a task that was proving increasingly difficult due to the rising tensions and approaching religious holidays. In summary, the rise of right-wing politics in Israel, escalating violence, and the uncompromising stance of Prime Minister Netanyahu have all contributed to a deepening crisis in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. With Netanyahu's declaration that no outside pressure can induce Israel to end the war, the path to peace seems more elusive than ever. Yet the history of this conflict tells us that the only way to break this cycle of violence is through a political process that brings hope for a peaceful end to the occupation. As the world watches, the question remains: how will this chapter in the long story of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict unfold?